Hi everybody, I'm Ellen. I'm Buckeye Cross Stitcher on both FlossTube and Instagram. Today is November 24th, 2025, and this is FlossTube number 13. My channel is predominantly about cross stitch and occasionally other crafting that I do. And I'd like to welcome you and thank you for stopping, and thank you for all of my subscribers. I really appreciate them. Today I'm wearing a Primrose shirt, their Autumn Leaves and Stitching Please shirt. I really love their shirts. They're really nice and soft and comfy. And if you get a chance, I definitely highly recommend them. Let's see, I have finishes, I have FFOs, and I do have a Halloween, I do have a Thanksgiving and fall tour, probably just photos this time, not video, and I will list below the names of patterns and the designers in case you're interested in stitching any of the things that you see. So I do decorate for Thanksgiving, and the day after Thanksgiving I usually tear everything up and clean everything real good, and then I haul all of the Christmas totes out. And I have Jim blow off the Christmas tree because it stays in storage and fully, assembled and in our small garage. So he usually takes a leaf blower to it for me to get the dust off. I had one new start that I'm working on so that I can get this out with my Christmas decor. And I have been doing the word swaps with Stitching with the Housewives. And this one's Santa Claus. This is one of the ones that came out last year. I have all of those and some of the newer ones, but I am swapping those out and putting those on the hutch. So I'm stitching those on 14 count Aida. I have a lot of 14 count white Aida that I'm trying to use up. So this was a good project for that. And I'm using the Called For Classic Colorworks. So this is ribbon red, and I'm trying to stitch so that I get some good variegation with that. I'm real happy with the way that that's turned out. So hopefully by next week I'll have that done and I can fully finish it. I had some FlossTube standouts that I wanted to mention, and I will put information for them below in the description as well. New to me is Shannon, Stitching Shan. I watched her FlossTube number 19, and she did October updates. She could have a new one out by now. I don't know. That's just the very first one I watched of her, so I do want to go back and kind of binge watch a few things. And she does quilt too. She's a younger stitcher. Well, I should say, she's younger. She has a couple kids and that kind of thing, but I'm always interested in seeing what they're interested in. I'm also following Five Oaks Farm Stitching, and she did an extra that was called Let's Make a Quilted Ghost. Now, I don't quilt per se. I do sew. I do, my pillows and cross stitch finishing, and I appreciate nice fabrics, but I don't really make quilts. But she makes me want to get all my Halloween fabric out and try to put together something for this project, because that little ghost was just adorable and it was real easy. I think I could even do it. So who knows, I might surprise y'all with one of those one day. And then Robin Pickens, she did a new promotion. Actually, it was on October 31st for her new fabric line called Coven, her Halloween fabric line through Moda, and it's coming out excuse me, in June of 2026. And she was saying, if you think you're going to be interested, you need to let your quilt store know, because I have a feeling this line is going to be flying off the shelves. She's including, I think she said she's going to have 3 cross-stitch designs that go along with this fabric line. But I just really have one word for it, and that is dramatic. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. And talk about making you want to try to quilt. That definitely did too. So I will list those below. And as usual, I have separate videos for my other things that I want to show today and haul and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for all of those. And we're just getting geared up for the holidays around here. And I do plan to try to be back in December for a quick update um, to just kind of, stay up with everything, because I am working on these things all the time, every day. So I don't want to get too far behind. But I hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving with family and friends, or whatever you're doing. If it's just you, or just the two of you, or just you and your pet, or whatever it is, I hope that you enjoy your time together. So until we meet again, be excellent to each other. I almost forgot to share that I am going to be participating in the Jingle Ball. The only class that I'm going to attend is the Primrose class, and I did the PDF version of that class. So this is the project we're going to be doing. It's stitching on one of the It's So Emma Fat Quarter Shop project bags. And I think I've shared before that I collect those. So I have plenty, so that's why I didn't get the kit. And I actually have an extra one of the bag that they're going to use for that project. So I'm just going to kit that up myself, and I plan to start it and work on that during the Jingle Ball. And I'm really looking forward to that again this year. I participated every year, and it's a great weekend to hang out up here in my craft room and just be very productive. So I'm looking forward to that. These are the 3 charts that were in the Patriotic Zip and Stitch from Primrose this last summer, so I've got them all stitched now. This one was on the back of the release list card, so that was kind of an extra little stitch. And then I finished God Bless America, and America, My Home Sweet Home is the one I just finished. So I do have the finishing kit for all of those. I think there's enough in here to finish all of those. And they were done on 28 count light taupe Lugana, and I stitched them with the called for DMC threads. So hopefully I can get those fully finished and able to get them on display next year. I had a finish for the Dapper Doodad Strawberry Farm by Stitching with the Housewives. And I stitched that on 14 count chalkboard black Ada. And I usually use all the call for colors on these. I have a lot of classic color works. Probably the only big change that you might notice if you've done this, I did kind of move around some of the little flowers on this. Just my mind was telling me they should be different places, which my brain does that sometimes. And so I did move around some of the little flowers, and I also added chalkboard black to the areas where Priscilla hadn't stitched anything, because she uses black Monaco, so you don't really have to stitch the black stitches. So I did, though. I filled them in with black coffee, and I really like how it turned out. I think, I can't remember, this was stitched so long, or well, I've had this pattern for a couple years. I can't remember what year this came out, either 22 or 23. And at that time I was buying some of the 141 backers. So I can't remember if I have that strawberry or not, but I'm going to look through my inventory up there and see if I do have that, so I can finish that on there. But it'll go in the finished stitches basket for now, and maybe next summer I'll pull it out and fully finish it. This is a current whip. This is the Happy 250th Birthday America by Primrose Cottage, the sale that's going on. So what I'm doing is I'm stitching 7 stars every Sunday. So I just got started on the red row above the bottom row. I'm using B5200 for the white, and for the red I'm using Gassed Buckeye Scarlet, and for the blue, Battleship from Color and Cotton. So I do plan to finish this on the 4th of July, and I'll be really excited to have that in my Patriotic collection. The cloth actually is a vintage cloth by Lori Holt. It's oatmeal 25 count even weave. So I like the modeling on that. I think that's a stamped, probably a stamped cloth, yeah, because there's nothing on the back. So I think it's reversible, where you can stitch on the non-modeled side or the modeled side. So I finished stitching Let's Talk Winter, and this is the last of the seasonal Chalk Talk series that I'm going to stitch by Hands-On Design. I do have Let's Talk Stitching, and I may pull that out and do it someday. I'd kind of also like to maybe do these rounds on each one sometime. And I do have the fabric actually to do the little pillows, but for now I think I'm going to put this series to bed. And on this one, like on all of them, I substituted DMC Blanc for DMC 3865. And then on this one, I used this thread I've probably had in my stash since the 90s, who knows. But it's a little shimmery, it's 4-ply, and it's called Marlitt, M-A-R-L-I-T-T, from Germany. I have no idea where I got this, but it was in my DMC box, and I thought I would give it a try to give the snowflakes and the snow globe a little shimmer, but it was kind of hard to stitch with, so I think the rest of it is going to be trashed. But these were all done on 16 count black Aida, and pretty much did the called for threads on these. So I will add pictures of the other ones after this video so that you can kind of see them all together. But I'm happy to have that series done. I wanted to show you my 2 FFOs that I got done. This is November 5th, and we came up to Buck Creek State Park. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I wanted to show you what I got finished in the last couple of days. This one is Silhouette Bear, and this was a kit that I got from Michael's, and I got it because it reminded me of when Jim and I went down to Gatlinburg and saw all the black bear in April of 24. So I wanted to get that as a memory stitch for that trip, and I charted and stitched Gatlinburg in there, and then I used the hoop that it came with to finish it. I put some ribbon around it and gave it a bow, and I put some felt on the back. I got my label on there, so I'm happy to have that one done, and it may find a permanent place up in my craft room, I'm not sure yet. And then I got this little kit done. This is Adventurous Calling. This is from Three Birds Design, and it was a kit that one of my co-workers got at Hobby Lobby. It's really small. It's only like 3 inches. The hoop is 3 inches big. So I'm definitely putting this one up in my craft room to remind me to seek out adventures. But I put felt on the back. I put one of my charms and one of my labels on it. So I'm happy to have both of those finished. Today is November 5th, and this is going to be probably one of our last really nice days for a while. Next week it's going to be high in the 30s on Monday or something like that. Kind of crazy. But anyway, Jim and I wanted to come up to Buck Creek State Park and C.J. Brown Reservoir and kind of show you around up here. And I used to live in Springfield, and I actually retired from the Chamber of Commerce and the Convention and Visitors Bureau, so I've spent a lot of time here. And when I lived here, actually I was here almost every day, every evening after work and on the weekends, and I was walking on the dam that hopefully you're seeing behind me. It's it's a little bit over half a mile, so I would come up and do 3 miles every evening, and really enjoyed it. It was a great place to come and decompress and kind of look and see, you know, what the fishermen were doing, or if somebody was out there boating, or whatever was going on up here. And I always saw a lot of wildlife. Always saw a lot of deer and all kinds of different birds. So I wanted to come and share this place with you. We actually saw a sign at the marina. This is a #1 state park in the nation, and I'm not surprised at all. It's just really beautiful. There's a lot of shelters, a lot of amenities. Besides the boating and fishing, they have brand new refurbished cabins. They have a new marina and nature center, and the visitor center is also here on this side behind me. So it's really a nice place to come. They have horse trails, they have snowmobiling, so there's things all year round to do here. So if you're looking for a new place to try in Ohio, this is in the Springfield area. Doesn't take too long to get here, right off of 70. So I would really highly recommend it if you're in the area looking for something new to do. These are the two series I've been showing you guys this every month, the two series that I switch out. This is the Truckin' Along series by Stitching with the Housewives. And I love those little turkeys on there. They're very cute. And then this is with I Needle and Thread, the wordplay. So I do decorate for Thanksgiving, and the day after Thanksgiving, everything gets torn out that's fall, and the Christmas tote boxes come out. So these are what I chose from the Primrose Christmas release. We have Prince of Peace and Hark the Herald. And then I did get the snowman ornament and the dove needle minder. And then I got Nativity Quaker because you know I like all the Quakers in the quilt pillows with the finishing kit. So I'm probably going to be putting these away for a while. I don't really have a lot of time to stitch Christmas this year, but those are definitely my favorites. The Free Stitch Friday from Primrose for November is Marion Bright Mice. They're just adorable. So I do have that lined up to start stitching here pretty soon. I've got a couple of things I'm wrapping up, but I do want to start that. I got the finishing kit for that. It has, looks like there's just one fabric in there. And this was our goodie, Christmas tree needle minder. We have a couple DMCs, 310, B52, 100. And then we've got 4 weeks dye works, and the fabric is 28 count light taupe Lugana. So the weeks are lily pad, sun dried, chestnut, and oilcloth. So I'm excited to stitch on that through Christmas this year. This is the only one I have pulled out to stitch seasonally. Everything else is things I'm trying to wrap up for the year. I decided to join the Mystery Stitch Along Gathering Holly by Luminous Fiber Arts. So just today, this is November 21st, I received my fabric for that, and this is one more reproduction, 32 count Lugana by Bestitch Me. So that looks like a nice neutral. And then the floss is Classic Colorworks Belle Soul and Tulip. So I have all of Misty's gathering series, so I had to do this one. Usually I don't like getting the mystery things except for from Primrose because I know I'm probably going to love it. But I decided to go ahead and order these things, and she says the first clue will be released on Monday, December 1st. So I'm going to get this ready to go. I think I've told you that I've got quite a collection of Bitsy Bobs. They are portfolio things like this from that So Kelly Co. Kelly Stadola, she used to make those and sell those. But she doesn't do it anymore, and I can't even find her website anymore. So anyway, I saw this, the Quilted Story. She's been listing these either on Instagram or on Facebook on Stash Unloading. But I saw that she had this one done, and I thought, well, I'm going to be stitching a lot of Americana Patriotic next year, so it would be nice to have something cute to keep my project organized. So this one actually has a zipper pocket on this side, and then a thread bed in the middle, and a zipper on the other side. So I thought that will be nice to have for actually multiple projects. I'm doing it at once, like if I have them all in the same bag. And usually when I do that, it's either stitching with the Housewives or Primrose, where pretty much they're going to be using the same floss colors. So this will be nice to have to keep my patriotic projects organized next year. I had an order come in from Fat Quarter Shop. I thought this was cute. It's a journal for the national parks. It doesn't have anything in it, just blank pages, but when we travel, I like to have a journal to write things in for places that we're at every day and things that we're doing. I also got this cute little penguin needle minder from Kimberbell. They had that on sale. And I'm always all about the tools. Different tools I think that would help me with my finishing, and that's a ballpoint turning tool. So I got that. And some bamboo classic colorworks. I go through a lot of that. But the main reason for this order was the pip and chip for classic colorworks, the labels. Kimberly had shown these on her FlossTube here recently and how they work, and I thought that would be perfect for my organization that I have for classic colorworks, because I do have them all in flossaway bags and I mark them there, but this way I can put the sticker this way, and this is how I set them in the container I've got them in. So that'll make it real easy to flip through and be able to pull out the colors that I need.